What's up, guys? Jake Lowry here today, and we got problems. So I had this master plan that I was going to go back to this spot where all these fish were in the woods, and look at it, guys. It is completely flooded. Like, we are talking 10 to 12 feet higher than the normal pond level. Those trees right there are where the bank is. I mean, that is just absolutely insane. The amount of rain we've been getting here in Southeast Texas is wild. Like, this spot is completely blown out, guys. I don't even know what the heck we're gonna do today. My original plan was to throw a wacky rig in this laydown area stuff here because it's May, it's the spring, and the fishing should be freaking crazy on the structure. But I don't think that's gonna work out today because I can't even get to where those laydowns are and you can't even freaking see them. I mean, we're talking this pond is somehow now a freaking river. Like, the water is flowing down this freaking pond. Like, what do you do? I guess I'm here, guys, and we're gonna try and stick to the plan and see if we can catch anything on a wacky rig. Maybe we'll throw on something bigger and darker that will help us catch anything. Let's take a short walk over to where I was fishing the other day to see if we can get there, because I don't think we can. Okay, guys, so normally how I get to the spot is that I walk down this trail that's right in front of me, and we kind of cut a corner and then end up down on the spot. So let's take a look at how deep this water actually is. Holy shit, guys. I mean, this trail is 10 feet underwater. This is also a campsite, and that's how I originally found this spot. So let's take a look at how you can get to the campsite. Oh my gosh, guys. This is the road to the campsite. Look at this. Southeast Texas is freaking underwater right now. This is unbelievable. What's a shame about this too is that the fishing in this pond was freaking so good like 2 weeks ago, and now all of this is open up to the Neches River, and we are going to freaking probably lose a ton of fish in this pond. But that doesn't mean we're not going to try and catch some fish here, because I think they still might be biting. I mean, the fish have to eat sometime, so who the frick knows, guys, but what the heck? All right, guys, before we start fishing, I wanted to show you just how bad the situation is. This is the lake we were at, and this is the Neches River. The river was up so high, it actually reached the lake. It flooded all of the woods, a quarter-mile of woods in between the lake and the river. This is what the trail looked like 2 weeks ago. This is what it looks like now. Also, look at all these cars parked on the road. This is what the road looks like now. And finally, this is where I parked. Look at this compared to how it looks like now. All right, guys, we are gonna freaking audible out of this spot. When I tell you fishing is all about conditions, these conditions are just not freaking it. I don't even have any bank access here. The water's freaking chocolate milk. It is a mosquito hole. Time to freaking leave. I'm not catching crap here today. The plan is to audible to hopefully a spot that doesn't get as blown out as this. Hopefully further away from the Neches River, and we will see if we can catch some bass today, because I think a lot of the spots in this area are gonna be very, very similar to this. All right, guys, we've arrived at a spot that is a little more populated than my liking, but the water is so much lower. Water is slightly higher than normal, but not crazy high. So I think the fishing's going to be pretty good. We're gonna keep the wacky rig on for now and throw that thing around in this freaking pond next to the zoo and see if we can catch anything. Definitely a lot better of a situation than where I just left from. Just the fact that there's no mosquitoes, I mean, freaking means it's gonna be a lot better day. So anyways, guys, stay tuned. Let's get the GoPro on. Let's try and catch some freaking bass, because I'm due to catch some bass. It's been a couple weeks and we need to make it happen. All right, guys, still have the wacky rig tied on even though we're at a different spot. I chose this spot because it is freaking way more domesticated than that other spot, and I think that means that there'll be less bugs and there'll be better opportunity to catch fish despite the crappy conditions. Let's take a couple casts with this wacky rig around this grassy bank and see if we can summon up any bass around here. I have fished this pond before and not gotten any luck. I have had a couple bites in this pond from some bigger fish. So we're gonna see if we can maybe, turn that around, change the narrative on this pond and catch a giant bass, because I know there are fish in here because it is Texas and there are big bass everywhere. I just feel so much better that I can actually access the freaking pond. Sometimes it is nice to fish at these like really chill spots where it's like grassy and they actually like maintain it, you feel like a lot more relaxed than, you know, you could be on edge fishing like a giant lake like Sam Rayburn or something like what we were just at. By trade, I am a freaking golf course bass fisherman, which means I like to fish the grass. I like to fish this kind of stuff, guys. It's kind of, you know, my bread and butter. It's the most fun to do. You can generally get away with it when you're like, you know, not an adult, but ever since I've kind of graduated college, I haven't really felt comfortable going to golf courses to fish their ponds because, you know, you're actually facing charges versus like they're not going to charge a teenage kid for sneaking on a golf course to fish a pond. But a public park like this is totally fine. It's just going to be harder to get those fish because of this pressure it's dealing with. This little corner back here might hold some fish. Bridge looks like it could be a good spot. Freaking bomb a cast all the way across it. Just keep that line out of this freaking metal stuff. You can see my line. All right, guys, we made it to the other end of the pond. Let's take a couple casts and see if we can catch anything over here. It looks a little clearer, so that's pretty good. But anyways, guys, I'm pretty bummed at how bad the fishing has been thus far in the day. So hopefully today we'll be able to turn it around, but so far so bad. Not even a freaking good bite. Oh, dang it, guys. Okay, so this end of the pond, first cast and I got a bite. Make sure my worm's still on there. 100% was a bite. Still got my worm. Let's throw it back in there and see if we can get another one. Holy cow, guys. This could be good. This could be freaking good. Maybe they're just by this dam area. Maybe it's a dink too, though. Yeah. Oh my gosh. What the heck? He must have just had the tail. Oh my gosh, guys, look. The freaking bass stroke again. He freaking took the tip of my worm off. I gotta get another worm out real quick, guys. Doesn't mean he won't be able to bite again. Jesus, guys. Okay. Perfect cast, right back in the strike zone, guys. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Could just be one of those freaking days. Maybe it was a dink, tiny bass, or maybe it was a giant. Don't know until we hook them. We have made it to the spillway, guys. That is pretty interesting. Let's cast along this concrete wall. See if we can figure out if there's any fish over here. Fish. Oh my gosh, finally. Fish. Oh my gosh. That's what's been freaking biting this thing a million times. Freaking dinks. This pond might be full of freaking dinks. Holy cow, guys. Does that feel good to get the skunk off the board on the wacky rig? Little freaking 8-incher. That's what I was saying, guys. This rig will catch them all. It'll catch the 10-pounders and it'll catch the freaking dinks. But nice, guys. That's a good feeling, man. Always feels good to get the first freaking fish on the board. Holy cow. I was getting pretty discouraged, not gonna lie, guys. That's pretty funny, though. All right, guys, that is going to wrap up the video. I know we didn't have an amazing day of fishing, but we did get it done. We caught one fish on the wacky rig. This freaking weather has just been so crazy in Texas. All this rain in the past freaking 3 weeks has just been dampering the fishing. It has just been really bad. Every single spot I go to is very, very muddy, and it's very, very high. It's like 1 p.m. now. We fished for like 4 or 5 hours today. We fished at the freaking flooded spot that's a pond turned into a river. We also fished at this spot. Unfortunately, guys, it just didn't turn out to be a good day. I think that in a couple more weeks, this water will clear out of here and the fishing will get better and better. But I think maybe we'll make a turn to some saltwater fishing next week just to get fish in the boat. But anyways, guys, if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I will catch you next time.